We're getting to that point in the offseason where rumors are starting to swirl about Nebraska's potential alternate uniforms in 2025. So in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to fan-made concepts, what they want to see the Huskers wear this season. Some all whites, some all blacks, some all reds, some crazy other ones. Again, this video is going to be nuts. We're going to see potentially what Nebraska could wear. Are we even going to wear alternate uniforms at all? I'll give you an update, my thoughts, and so much more. So really quick, this is going to be a fun reaction video. Hit that like button if you're fired up. And also if you're a diehard Nebraska fan and you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? It takes 2 seconds. And listen, this is the only place on Husker YouTube where you get daily content talking to your favorite team. So please hit that subscribe button, join the family. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's get into it. Reacting to fan-made Nebraska alternate uniforms, what they want to see the Huskers wear this season. Now, right off the bat, we know Nebraska, they did not have alternate uniforms last year, breaking about a 10-year streak. Matt Rhule said that simply just didn't have time to do it, right? We didn't want, to do all the stress, all the hurdles of adding an alternate uniform to the bags. We know that the Huskers' last couple alternate uniforms have not been very good. The fans have not liked them. Now, I expect Nebraska to bring back alternate uniforms this year, simply because it's good for recruiting, right? We know that when the recruits get on campus, they're not wearing the standard Nebraska uniforms. They're wearing the all whites. They're wearing the all reds. They're wearing the all blacks. So recruits are constantly, per Matt Rhule, recruits are always texting them saying, hey, what uniforms are you wearing this week? And that's one of the main reasons they wore the all whites versus Indiana last year, is because the team wanted to. So it's clear that the team, the recruits, they want the alternate uniforms back. That's why I think Nebraska, they're going to give in and bring it back, because simply if it's good for recruiting, I'm cool with it. And honestly, I like alternate uniforms. I think it's cool to change things up because that's really what the trendy programs are doing nowadays. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have your opinions. A lot of you guys probably don't want alternate uniforms back. You want to be more of a traditional program. That's great. But objectively, it's good for the younger fan base. It's good for guys like me to change things up, and it's good for the recruits. If the recruits were on it, I definitely want it too. So with that being said, let's react to these fan-made alternate uniform concepts, what people want to see the Huskers wear this season. Let's start off with the all blacks, because simply the blacks, they were a hit in both 2020 and 2019. The Huskers wore them. A lot of people liked them. I had my questions about them, but there's a lot of rumors in Nebraska they're going to bring it back in a little bit of a revised fashion. So let's get things started with the concepts, what people want to see with those black uniforms. Let's get things started with the first one. Now, I kind of like this. I don't mind this. So it's not all black. You basically, you know what this reminds me of actually? It looks like the old school Atlanta Falcons uniform, where you have the black top, a little bit of that red stripe. You have the white pants, and then you have the white helmet. I kind of like that. This isn't that bad. It's definitely not the normal uniform we wear, right? And that's good. You want to change it up for these alternate uniforms. I don't mind this. This is actually kind of clean. It's kind of clean. I feel like you're overdoing it with the red. If you're going to wear the black, you should go all in on the black. Get rid of some of this red on the helmet, right? Probably should have a black face mask, maybe a black stripe on the helmet. Maybe a red stripe here and there on the actual jersey itself, but maybe too much around this uniform. Other than that, kind of like that. I do like the Netflix end, though. The Nebraska Netflix end, quote unquote. I don't like the block end. I think that's a little bit, it doesn't look good on the helmet. It just doesn't. So that's the only thing I would change about this. But honestly, it's not bad. I wouldn't mind Nebraska wore. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So that's the first one. Then you got this, which actually isn't all black. See, I don't mind this. And this is my take around the Nebraska all-black uniforms. They got, that's kind of nice. I got the little Husker script there. But my take around the all-black uniforms is that they can't do 3 colors. Okay, you either have to do black and white, no red, or you do black and red. You don't do any white. See, the problem with Nebraska's alternate uniforms in the past when it comes to these black uniforms is they would do too much, right? You got the white right here with the lettering. You got the red lettering on the shoulder patch for no reason. Then you got the black all around. Again, they had a lot going on. And that's honestly a nightmare when it comes to, making jerseys. You just don't want to do too much because then it looks stupid, right? You want to be a lot more simplistic. So in my opinion, I do like this uniform because they just get rid of the white. Like, you're just doing too much of the white. You either do black and red or black and white. Not both. So actually, I don't even mind that. And then you got kind of the Netflix on them there. So that's kind of cool, the Husker script. And the last one, which is more all black, that was kind of a browner black. This is actually all black. Once again, kind of very similar. Very similar. It doesn't have the script on there, but you got a little bit of a corn symbol or a grain symbol right there. Kind of like that. So this is kind of clean too. Kind of maybe a chrome helmet also. I wouldn't mind that. Looks kind of daunting. I do like that. So we'll see if Nebraska brings back the blacks. I think they're kind of cool. You see a lot of these teams, they're going with the all blacks nowadays. I think Nebraska, they honestly maybe need to add a new color to their color scheme. We only got 2. We only got red and white. Most schools have 3. I wouldn't mind Nebraska maybe added black kind of as a secondary color that we could use every now and then, because we see the baseball team use it, we see the basketball team use it. Why can't Nebraska use it more consistently? I don't know, because honestly I think it looks pretty cool. So those are the black uniforms. Now let's get to the white uniforms. Now this was something that was trending on social media that honestly I like it a lot. I like this a lot, probably the most out of any alternate uniform concept in the last 10 years. I probably like this one the most. This is actually really sick. You don't have the Netflix end, you don't have the block end on the helmet, you have the script lettering, which I think is really sick. I would not mind that if the Huskers were to pull that out for one game. You have pretty much all white everywhere here. You got some red here. You don't have any black. Again, you keep it with two colors. You keep it very simple. That's exactly what you should do on the uniform. It's simple, but it works. And you just change up some minor details so it's not the same as the uniform that you're already wearing. I think this is really clean. Those icy whites, I kind of would like a chrome helmet. That's the only thing I would change. I'd make that helmet maybe chrome, but this is really cool. Like if Nebraska were to wear that, even for a home game, like I know some Nebraska fans were mad when we wore the all whites versus Buffalo a couple years ago at home, but I wouldn't mind it. Like pull this out for a home game. It can be an easy game versus maybe Northwestern. Let's do it. Why not? Why not? Because it looks really cool and we got to change things up. And I'm sure the recruits would love something like that. So I'm all on board. And then looking at some of our past all-white alternate uniforms, because honestly, I feel like Nebraska, this is the only uniform they've done pretty consistently, pretty well. And I know a lot of Nebraska fans will say, oh, they're the surrender whites. Well, first off, that's stupid because Nebraska's actually had a winning record the last couple times we wore the all whites. I know we lost in versus Indiana, but we beat Buffalo. We beat Northwestern wearing this uniform. And to say that any uniform's cursed for Nebraska is stupid because we've made one bowl game in the last 8 years. So pretty much every single uniform we already wear is cursed anyway. So like, don't sit here and be like, oh, the all whites are cursed. In that case, our home uniform is cursed, our away uniform is cursed. We should just start wearing blue because that would change up everything, right? Anyways, I just hate when people say surrender whites. Like this is clean. Why not bring this back? This was the coolest uniform Nebraska's wore in like 10 years and we won wearing it. So why not bring that back? Everybody loved that. You have, the all whites that we wore last year. This is Amir Abdul. I think we were playing Fresno State in this game. Like these are sick. And I know Nebraska lost against Indiana, but they're not cursed. That's stupid, right? They look cool. They look cool. And then, I mean, you got the ones we were versus Buffalo. Like, why not bring these back? You got the NU on the helmet. Like, this is a really cool job, I thought, by Adidas. So, honestly, my thing for Nebraska alternate uniforms, let's just stop changing it up every year. Like, why not just have a cool alternate uniform that we all collectively like this one? I thought Nebraska fans, majority, most of them like this one. And why don't we just keep it around? Like, why do we have to change it up every year? Because we can have a cool alternate uniform here and there and then change it up the next year and it'll be garbage. Like, why not? Why do that? Let's just have one that we like and not mess it up. Okay. So that was actually in 2021. I don't know if I said 2021 or 2022, but we wore this in 2021 versus Buffalo. And then over to the other ones that I've been seeing around social media. This is kind of interesting, more of a corn Nebraska alternate uniform. I actually don't hate this. It is quote unquote corny. Okay, that was really bad. I apologize for that. But I mean, this isn't terrible. Now, is Nebraska ever going to wear this in a million years? Absolutely not, because we're going to get made fun of if we wear anything like this. But it's not terrible. I don't hate the concept. You got this all red uniform, which isn't bad. Again, you just got the block end. I just think the block end will look terrible. Like that would look awful on a helmet. That's why you got to keep it with the next Netflix end. But other than that, it's not terrible. It looks like they got chrome, like they got silver on there. Honestly, that could be something the Huskers implement. Silver. That would be kind of cool. So I don't mind that. That's kind of interesting. Kind of an interesting concept. And then you got this one, which is like a gradient. This is terrible. Nebraska needs to never wear this. So I'm not like a huge fan of the all reds, but I know a lot of people like them. Nebraska, of course, we've only wore the all reds one time ever. It was 1986 versus Oklahoma. We lost that game for that reason. The all reds are cursed. Like, why do we do this as Nebraska fans? We ruin ourselves from having cool uniforms because we're like, oh, these uniforms are cursed, so we need to stick it with the normal stuff. Well, we lose in the normal stuff anyway, so why does it matter? Like, it is what it is. And honestly, I want to go back to this uniform. This is what we wore versus Georgia Southern. And yes, we lost this football game. But this wasn't actually, like, looking back on it, it was a very subtle alternate uniform. But I kind of like it. Like, you just got rid of all the unnecessary stuff. You got rid of some stripes here and there. This is actually a pretty good alternate uniform. I wouldn't mind if Nebraska brought that back. I'm usually not a fan of these, minimalistic, like old school, like retro, alternate uniforms. So they'll put a stripe on the uniform and say, oh, we're honoring the 1952 Nebraska team. Like, I don't like any of that. Like, have some new school alts, but these were actually kind of cool that I've started to gain respect for. Maybe even bring those back. So, listen, at the end of the day, they're going to do something with these alternate uniforms. My guess is if you want my guess on what's going to happen, I think we're going to wear all whites once again at some point in time. What game is that going to be? TBD. I could see us wear the all whites against UCLA. That would be probably my prediction. So I said we're going to wear the all whites against UCLA, and we're going to have an alternate uniform probably in one of the non-conference games. I would guess against Houston Christian. We'll see what they are. But honestly, again, we could see alternates. We could not see alternates. It doesn't matter. But in my opinion, we should bring them back because they're good for recruiting. I think it's fun to spice things up every now and then. Like, it's never that deep. As you know, everyone's always like, well, we need to be a traditional program. We need to only have 2 uniforms. It's never that deep. Let's just have fun. Let's just have fun for once. I feel like Nebraska fans they take this way too seriously. Like, let's just have fun as a program. Like, well, let's wear blue. Who cares? It's never that serious, guys. It's just a sport. And I say that as a Nebraska YouTuber who makes videos about this team every single day. So listen, let me know your thoughts down below. Hey, what do you want to see the Huskers wear? I want to hear your thoughts. Like, what do you want to see? Do you want to see all whites, all blacks? You want to see some all reds? You want to see some crazy stuff? Let me know in the comment section. Do you not want us to wear alternates at all? Because I'm sure I'm going to get that comment. Let me know. Hey, if you made it this far, hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go ahead and go that rule. And I'll see you in the next one.